where truth is clear and free. No fear, we call it out with facts and transparency. Tune in, stay strong, the fight for what's right. Tune in, stay strong, trying to fight. MFTV, 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 shining truth to light. MFTV, 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 shining truth to light. Now here we call it out with facts and transparency. Tune in, stay strong, let's fight for what's right. Tune in, stay strong, join the fight. MFTV, 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 shining truth to light. MFTV, 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 shining truth to light. MFTV, 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 shining truth to light. MFTV, MFTV, shining truth's light. Shining truth's light. Shining truth's light. Shining truth's light. MFTV, 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 shining truth's light. MFTV, 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 shining truth's light. MFTV. Now we Freedom TV, where truth is clear and free. No fear, we call it out with facts and transparency. Tune in, stay strong, the fight for what's right. Tune in, stay strong, trying to fight. MFTV, 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 shining truth to light. MFTV, 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 shining truth to light. Oh yeah! Now here we call it out with facts and transparency. Tune in, stay strong, let's fight for what's right. Tune in, stay strong, join the fight. MFTV, 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 shining truth to light. MFTV, 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 shining truth to light. MFTV, 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 shining truth to light. MFTV, MFTV, shining truth's light. Shining truth's light. Shining truth's light. Shining truth's light. MFTV, 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 shining truth's light. MFTV, 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 shining truth's light. MFTV. Oh yeah! Now we Freedom TV, where truth is clear and free. No fear, we call it out with facts and transparency. Tune in, stay strong, the fight for what's right. Tune in, stay strong, trying to fight. MFTV, MFTV, Shining truth's light. Shining truth's light. Shining truth's light. Shining truth's light. MFTV, MFTV, MFTV. Shining truth's light. MFTV, MFTV, MFTV. Shining truth's light. MFTV. Well, we freedom TV, where truth is clear and free. No fear, we call it out with facts and transparency. Tune in, stay strong, let's fight for what's right. Tune in, stay strong for the fight. MFTV, 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 shining truth's light. MFTV, 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 shining truth's light. Oh yeah! Now here we call it out with facts and transparency. Tune in, stay strong, let's fight for what's right. Tune in, stay strong, join the fight. MFTV, 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 shining truth's light. MFTV, 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 shining truth's light. MFTV, 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 shining truth's light. MFTV, MFTV, shining truth's light. Shining truth's light. Shining truth's light. Shining truth's light. MFTV, 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 shining truth's light. Shining truth's light.
Yellow. Let me turn that thing off and do a sound check. Sound check, 1,
No.
2.
Hold on, still can't. Can you hear me? Can you nod yes if you can hear me?
I can hear you,
Okay.
and I'm just switching over to
Allow.
our camera thingy. Let's see what I can get going on here. It's like I have to learn this software.
I can't hear you.
Not at all, or it's quiet, or
I can see you, but I can't hear you.
can't hear
I'm gonna
me.
leave and come back.
Not at
I'm
all.
gonna go and come back.
Okay. All right, where is it at? There we go. We got the Calais feed. But what's up there? Why don't, oh, it's black because she's got to come back. Waiting for Calais. And yeah, still learning how to use this broadcasting software. Having a fun time when I got time. Trying to simulcast on Rumble, YouTube, X, Instagram, all at the same time. I don't know. Maybe just do one to start would be easier, but you know me. I like to try to push the limits and see what's what. What? Is she back? Are we streaming? Is anybody out there? Let's see if I can get my video issue to be resolved. Let's try that. That one seems to
Before I send you, here's the
Howdy.
Brave link. I just can't. 1 second. Andrew, can you hear me?
Yep.
I can hear you.
I know you can hear me, Megeso, but we're trying to get on Brave. Here's the link to Brave. Let's see if you can get on. and if he can hear you on that link. So it's being streamed out to other platforms from the Brave platform, and it gives us a private place without being attacked to have an open discussion about what we're gonna share with updates to our networks. So I just sent you the link on top of my text thread. If you can hop on that, that would be awesome. Andrew, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
I can't hear you. Can you
Wait, let
see
me
me? Can
check
you
my
see me?
microphone. Check,
I
check,
can't hear
check.
him on either phone.
Where's my
That's
sound?
weird.
Sound
Um,
mixer. Check, check, check.
okay, Susie says she's on X. Hold on, let
One,
me get
two.
her
Ah, I
over
think I know
here.
what
Let me
happened.
see. Let me just, if I can't make it on, I guess I gotta get other people to make it on.
There we go.
Oh, Andrew, I can hear you.
Yeah, it's always the operator error, it seems, with me.
Okay,
I
hold on. Let
just
me put my
needed to
headphones
unmute
on.
on Brave. I was all looking on the
Oh,
other software thinking like I'd lost my soundtrack thingy and had to check that and
that's okay. Thank you for all you do. Okay, so let's hop on the Brave link because that's where we're gonna talk and have a discussion with on the podcast.
On my computer with it. Hold on.
Okay, okay. All right, Mageso's hopping on. Hey,
so we
everybody.
got
Can
Calais Akana, gubernatorial candidate 2022, who was beat down
and
by 822,
2026.
and 2026. She has made her announcement. We got Mageso Dennis, who is an eagle, a patriot, a true hero who has survived the predations of Big Pharma, and he is a warrior for God and warrior of knowledge, truth, and the law. That's what I know
The
about Mageso.
low.
And
I see.
so,
Is that Susie? I see Susie News. Hey, Susie.
is that Susie?
That's
There's
Susie.
Susie. All right,
Yeah,
that's cool.
you know a little bit about Susie. Susie News. You can find her on X as well. Susie, you want to unmute yourself?
Hi, I think I just did. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can. Thanks for hopping on. Aloha.
I made it. I jumped on Brave. Thanks for sending the link. X was just yeah, it wasn't like the last couple times you guys tried email was easier on X, but this time it wasn't working for whatever reason.
Hmm.
Well, that's good to know. That's really good to have really good data input coming
Yeah,
in.
wait, say that one again. Which part wasn't working?
Well, at first I couldn't see you at all. It was all black. I couldn't see it. I could hear your voice, but there was no way to interact or anything. It
Okay.
was just like a live. It was just running like a live, like a monologue kind of thing. You know what I mean? But it was all blacked out. And then towards the end, I saw you pop up, but it was still there was like how we had it before on the chat thing.
Right.
It was easier to interact. You could kind of have a little bit more ability to see what was going on and interact. But yeah, those features were on there this time, which I don't know if it's a different way you linked on or whatever. I
Well,
just thought I'd share
I
that.
started like way too late today and I was like really rushing to get everything dialed in and I'm trying a new plugin that's letting me run more platforms on one thingy.
Oh
So
wow.
like
You're such
yeah,
a
it's
multitasker.
He's kicking butt and
so like
taking
the title of the
names.
video is beta test episode number 3, Akana Ohana versus Satan et al. MFTV
Yeah, you
podcast
don't
beta
mince
test
words, do you?
episode number 3.
That's the Andrew we know and love. Yeah, you guys just go straight to the jugular there.
Well, I mean, we just got to say what it is,
We
right?
don't need to cut. We
Right?
just need to cut to the chase already. We don't
She
need all
called
that
out
other
the
fluff.
satanic
Right, that's right.
pedophiles and they beat her down, tried
I
to
mean, look
kill
at my
her.
shirt. Look at my shirt. It says "End Human Trafficking in
There you
Kohavalita."
go.
I am a
Yeah.
survivor. I'm a survivor. I'm not just anybody, but I'm a survivor,
That's right.
right? And we were just talking a little while ago. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a business person.
Mm-hmm.
And so of course they need me dead. Of course
That's
they need me
right.
dead here. Which is why they tried to kill me on May 5th, 2025. So if people look at the timeline, we were doing some math as the Bitcoin queen, and I came home and I retired in 2018. And I thought I was retiring at 38 as the Bitcoin queen. That's
Mm-hmm.
not just anybody. And so we can put it up there if you guys go Google the SEC complaint right now today, all these years later, I have a bunch of consulting companies, coming and asking me if I want to sue the SEC for defamation. A
Yeah.
little bit different story, right? But really, the satanic cabal state of Hawaii is who we're all up against if we're living in the archipelago and if we have to worry about national security for both America and Hawaii. And, there's more than meets the eye, and Kilea Kana repatriated Hawaiian national under U.S. federal codes is a something. I have a chain of command
Yeah.
and I check in. Andrews met the colonel, but I talked to my sergeant. And, part of this whole thing, as you know, Susie, is we're in a military exercise.
Absolutely. 100%.
And ever since the Biden administration, they stole and abducted my kids and trafficked my daughter out to America during the Biden administration, as amongst other kids from families that actually came from decent homes. Um, and they all think in the state that you just have to go to court and just waste your whole life in there to get just a percentage of what you want. And as a businesswoman, I see greater things. I ask for what I know I should receive.
Well, yeah,
And
courts are a problem.
well, that's what people don't understand. I mean, if the police aren't under a military control and they didn't have an exercise to kill me by the military, then they're swearing oaths to the United States government, and then they don't have their oaths on them. They don't have their fire registration acts. We can quote warrant to all of them in the court. You know what I mean? But more importantly, we're in military tribunals. You know what I mean? That's where we're at, and there's over 50,000 repatriated Hawaiian nationals. Okay, like, are you gonna just say that we all don't exist here? Or is it easier for me to help you guys understand that you guys was all trafficked here by the state cabal that had ties to international relationships to Europe? It's really not the
Yeah.
United States anymore.
Not at all. It's really
Not under this presidency.
Yeah. It's interesting. I watched a video, just a short video, just the other day. I'll send it to you guys, when I get a chance. And they talked about that, how they've gone into some of the courts and these judicial people and some of the police officers, they hadn't taken the oath. So their oath was only to the corporation that they serve. So we're dealing with a lot of that here. So they're not, they're not lawful. They're answering to another master. And and they haven't taken any oath here,
Like, definitely since 2018, like, this direction of the corporation of the state of Hawaii has been going to the New World Order for a number of years.
Yes.
I came home in 2018 at 38 years old. I thought I was retiring. Is there a meeting code? Hold on, Mageso saying no, but you have to put your name in.
Tell them just jump on Brave. Brave was really easy to get onto.
So I sent them to download Brave. It's pretty simple. And so from what I've been learned, because I'm well researched, about how the human trafficking operations work globally, let alone just in Hawaii, in the last 7 years, I have accumulated my own documented evidence with the ministries, just as a living being with a soul. And then on top of that, like, really have to relearn the history of Hawaii, because I had no ties to any movements here. But I was born at Tripler Hospital, and then I lived in Eva Beach growing. That's where right where they tried to assassinate me on my family lands, and that's a trip.
Oh,
That's traumatizing. That's PTSD. And so, as a repatriated Hawaiian national under U.S. federal codes, I'm accounted for. Nobody's trying to hide. Where are you gonna? I'm born here. You know what I mean? During a war. And I'm a Kanaka Maoli mix. And, like, I say who I am because I know who I am. A lot of people don't know who they are here. They don't even know what the meets and bounds of Hawaii is.
No, and they don't know the history.
Right. And so, like, that's not, in some cases it's their fault. And in our cases, we were taught, even here growing up K through 12 in school, the history that I learned was the history that they wanted me to learn, not the history. That's why I was such a good citizen.
Yeah.
They want me back. They want me back, but I'm like, I'm not a ward of the state. I rescinded my social security number. I have my trust set up. I'm a repatriated Hawaiian national, I'm a repatriated American national as well, but people don't understand what that means either. So, like, we've all had to come all this way to now be able to teach people, which is why we love video and doing the podcast, because we can make as many episodes as we want to. And whoever decides to listen in and share on it, and listen for notifications, we know that we're making an impact even without charging anybody anything.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's education is everything right now. People aren't going to be able to grow, expand, have courage if they don't know how to arm themselves properly.
Right, if they're not brave, you got. I mean, for liberty and freedom, if every day, right now until it's critical mass moving forward, which a lot of people have wakened up. A lot of people around the world have awakened after 2020 to all of these different exercises that the global new world order tried to perform on us and did perform on us. And we still say no. We want our anonymity. We want our, we want to keep our data private. We don't want that anybody can just sue anybody at any time. That's a frivolous. It happened to me, and they're trafficking my old identity in the state of Hawaii courts while using the state of Hawaii attorneys and state of Hawaii police to terrorize me.
They're trafficking it on Wall Street too.
Well, they might not actually be trafficking it on Wall Street anymore because I sent in a rescission notice. They better not fucking be, because if not, I get reparations for that. You know what I mean? Because I'm going to catch them on the act on that. But that's the stuff that I had to know. Like, there was like an enrichment class of learning after I came back home and retired. And it opened me up to all the other people who are here and all the different Hawaiian factions and all the U.S. citizens who actually think that coming over here from through immigration and nationalizing in Hawaii was legal. It pretty much wasn't. But those that were born in America and that are over here, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They can seek asylum, or they can repatriate as an American national and work for the combination of both of our the united fronts for Hawaii and America together.
Yes.
It's right. I mean, we're moving into a revolution that's already being started, and there is critical mass already. We just now have to do what we're doing like this so that we can get the information out, because we are the journal. That's what I did. I did a First Amendment audit that day when I felt threatened by quote unquote law enforcement officers who never self-identified themselves, but they certainly had a plan on their body cam footage to make sure that they were going to fucking do something.
Yeah.
And now they're saying they don't have dispatch logs. The prosecutor in open court is telling the judge they don't have a full discovery. They just have what they want to put into discovery to put me in jail for 5 years. What?
Yeah, that's
Negative ghostwriters. So, that's kind of the updates, that we're going through. And this is what we can share with other people. They can learn from our stories. We're the ones that are being transparent. You can go look up Kelly Taylor on eCoco. You can go look at the case. You can go look me up on the SEC case. Look me up, and let's talk about them look me up numbers. Because if I wasn't a person of a special interest, because I guess of what I got in my brain, then, somebody who's made like 3,000 Bitcoins in 1 year, or withdrew 700 Bitcoins in 12 months, who earned it from 5 Bitcoins, I think you might want to know a little bit about that person if they understand the blockchain in Hawaii, because everybody's looking for another, solvency for financial systems, right? And when I ran for office, and I can just keep adding to this stuff, but I might have to call Mageso and have him come in on the phone. But let me just read to you what I was running on in the general election in 2022, and I'm going to keep running on this because it's definitely caught wave around the archipelago and around the world. I'm trying to find my governor stuff. Come on, Kelly. And my name is Kelly, not Kale, not Kylie, not Keely, not Kamana Wanalea, none of that shit. You want me to answer to you? Okay, say my name correctly. because even the judge isn't saying it correctly. Even the prosecutor's office isn't still spelling it right on exhibits for evidences. And I want all the exculpatory evidence. Okay, so for the people of Hawaii, vote Taylor for governor. Protecting Hawaii, its lands, resources, and its people. Challenging the status quo. Establishing advanced education for all families. Providing new economic opportunity, creating energy independence for Hawaii, revolutionizing the power of quality housing, putting a stop to corporate influence, fighting to win against corruption and fraud, and ending human and child trafficking and sex slavery. Nonpartisan candidate 2022. I'm not letting anybody know what party I'm running in yet. But I definitely know settling out and setting billable hours has probably got the prosecutors pulling their hair out this week. And then right today at 2 p.m., we're going to go into the police commissioner's meeting that people can actually Google online and they can write testimony from anywhere across the archipelago, even across the world if you want to. But, you know, the commissioners, they read it before they get on and they get a quorum together. And we usually get walked in with, Jimmy Ewan, who is the head police commissioner, and we got a letter. I got it in the house. I think 2 weeks ago, maybe a week and a half ago, that they finalized their complaint that I filed. So there's an affidavit that I submitted on May 12th, the same day that I submitted the UIPA request form. I've also learned in the interim of going through these first, 120 days of this case 554. There's a lot of corruption in the Honolulu Police Department, and there's a lot of red tape. They don't have a FOIA request form that should be situated right there in every government office for requesting our own self-information on ourselves. You know what I mean? And you can't remove it, and they don't try to give it to anybody, and that's per Rule 92. And everything is your anti-constitutional rights, which is a freaking trip here in Hawaii. Hey, Mageso, aloha. Oh, I thought I was. Sorry, aloha, you guys. Mageso, can you?
Hi,
If you,
I just sent him the Brave link, so hopefully he can get onto it that way.
yeah, I hear he's on the Brave link right now. He just has to unmute himself. We can definitely see him on video.
Yeah, I got the video thing dialed in now too, so that it will actually show you guys
Yep.
decently.
And human
If
trafficking
you
in
turn
Ko
on
Hawaii
the
pa.
cameras. Let's see.
Aloha.
Oh,
Aloha, Migeso.
we can hear you. Aloha.
I could join on my phone, but it wouldn't let me join on the computer.
Well, we
Well,
got
they
you
say
though,
they
so
Mageso, they say old dogs can't learn new tricks. I beg to differ.
Well, I used the link you sent me and it made me the host.
Oh, there you go.
Well,
Sorry, my bad.
That's okay. No, I sent it to him, and I'm okay if he's the host because he's somebody that I trust.
Hey, old dogs are like a bottle of wine.
Old dogs are
We
like
get
a
better
bottle of
with
wine.
We get
Well-
better with age.
Well, the ones that do get better with age, and there's some that have to be getting better that age that need some self-correction. Hello. You know what I mean? I'm not listening to everybody who thinks they got better with age. Some of those people don't have it figured out. I got to challenge the status quo. But I love you, Mageso, and thank you for all that you're doing for both of our countries and humanity. That's how I feel about you. And that's the same way I feel about Andrew and Susie and Carl and Joe and the people who are in our circle of influence. And who call me to make sure that I'm okay in this time where they know that if you go through the evidence, like some of us have, you're going to find out that they tried to kill me that day. You know what I mean? But why? Now it's no more just they want to put me in jail for assaulting a police officer in the first degree after they violated all my rights that day. But you have to be able to effectively go through the court process as well because they're still standing right now. So I just want to thank you for all your help, Mageso. And I know Joe, I speak the same for Joe as well. on all of you guys and everything that you guys are doing for election integrity, everything that you guys are doing to spread the words that are just, we believe each other. We're coconut wireless for each other.
Absolutely.
I'm running a ministries operation to end human trafficking in Hawaii. That shouldn't be, too hard to figure out. And as we all know, the state is the human trafficking in Hawaii, if we haven't figured it out.
Yeah, and just to, drop in a little clue for the people who think that sounds crazy, do a deeper look on child protective services, do a deeper look on the homeless, the houseless situation and the government funding and the grifting that's going on there. Follow Carl from Clean House Hawaii, and yeah, you will see all the receipts.
Yeah, yeah. Magay, so he brings the receipts.
I'd like to point out on Kauai alone, the NGOs that are operating, Big Brothers and Sisters, Catholic Charities, Child and Family Services, um, Easter Seal. We have more. Wait. And we have Goodwill, Hawaii Children's Theater, Economic Opportunity Incorporated, Hawaii Food Bank. More. This is just Kauai now. Parents and Children Together.
I had to do it then.
Easter Seal, Mental Health Kukua, Legal Aid, the Salvation Army, Security America, YMCA, Scouting America. Let's see.
What about Boys and Girls Club of America? I know Boys Club got
Boys Club of America. Yeah, this is just Kauai.
Yeah, there's hundreds.
Those are the NGOs just on our island.
right.
And most of them are involved in trafficking.
Correct.
Shoot, we need to tag our friend Doge in Hawaii on this. See, yeah, that was like an atomic bomb there.
Well, and then you could also tag Elon. You can tag FBI. You can tag the Department of Homeland Security. You can tag this new administration's, people that they put into office. And what I know as a repatriated Hawaiian national is that we're in a military operation. We've been in a military occupation under the FM 27-10, Chapter 6 and 5, which every person should read in Hawaii and America. It'll help you understand what the repatriation process is and how do you get reparations if you don't go through repatriation, right? And it's under U.S. federal codes. And so I know that that's what I talk to the police officers about. And today when we go into, and I know that, Scott Wells could be called and others, because I know what happened in somebody else's case that was a repatriated Hawaiian national that was in my chain of command. And so to keep people safe during a martial law, which I do hold the military signatures of that. And so this isn't all make believe. This is what we have to do so that we have a clean election. This is what we have to do so that we save people's lives. Because if they don't know what's going on in Hawaii, they're not understanding why they're going to get deported. There's going to be a lot of people, retaliating. Right? But ICE can come in at this very moment, and so could the military, and do tribunals for all of these people who committed treason to their oaths of office, and swore their New World Order cabal oath, since 2018 in Hawaii. And it goes deeper than that in Hawaii. And, we should teach the history of Hawaii and where it's going, not just where it's been,
Yeah, there is a lot to learn and a lot to unpack. Oh, go ahead, Mageso.
Governor Josh Green proudly states 40,000 illegals are here, but we know there's more than that. So that don't make 40,000 votes, and how he steals elections.
From me. He stole an election from me. He stole an election from BJ Penn. He stole an election from,
From
Gary
all of
Cordery.
us. We were all disenfranchised by this because we do not have free and fair elections.
And they stole an election in 2022 from Magaso. They stole it from Joe. You know what I mean? They stole it from all the candidates who ran in the
The
primary,
Senate, the
and
Congress,
Yeah.
everybody. Yeah, it's
and
all
they,
fake.
all of us. And then they did all these mail out ballots, and we got five at our house to people we never even know. So what's that about? You know what I mean? And then I went in and I recorded being at the freaking inside the third party situation where, you know, the ballots were being all had to wait in line at city and county places. And, you know, we never got to see where the ballots went after we submitted it on the record. And I wasn't on the ballot in 2022 general election, which I should have been because it was in the newspaper and it was on the news in Hawaii. You know what I mean? You guys all know that I won my nonpartisan race.
Yeah. Well, the good news is those ballots are watermarked, so they can catch every one of them at their little criminal game. And I don't know if you guys heard, but just the other day, Trump put out a statement saying he's going to put an executive order out prior to the 2026 midterms, and there'll be no more mail-in voting or voting machines. So he is actually going to fix that, remedy that before the midterms.
And I wouldn't be surprised that there's a remedy for the blockchain either because it's amazing. You know, in Trump's first term, he wasn't pro crypto, but definitely he's pro crypto now. But the
So
Biden
you guys are
administration
kind of
isn't.
like teasing and hinting. I think you know more than what you're hinting at, both of you. Can you guys go a little bit deeper on that? Do you mind?
Well, the watermark is using blockchain technology.
Correct.
That's how they know what was stolen and who voted how. So
Yeah.
that 2020 election will be overturned eventually.
2020 was a sting operation, and that's what we'll find
Yeah,
out.
and Joe won. Joe won his Congress run as a Republic, as the most voted Republican since God knows when, in the state of Hawaii, and he had like 86,000 votes as a first-time candidate. And then I believe he won against Joe Takuda. And so, like, Joe should have been in Congress a long time ago, you know. But now I'm asking him to run with me in the 2026 election because the Republican Party is looks like it's a uniparty with the Democrats
Well,
right
it
now
is
to me.
essentially, in the end, it is a uniparty, unfortunately. One is showing its teeth more than the other, but there's a tremendous weakening in the Republican Party because of the infiltration of Democrats running as Republicans to weaken the party and disable it from within, like they've done in every structure, and the system anyway. So yeah,
Yeah,
so
we
it's
definitely should do another like podcast just talking about that in detail, Susie. I don't know if you've watched on Instagram my conversation with salty.wahine on Instagram the past
Oh,
day
I
and a
missed
half.
that. I
Okay,
missed
we need
that.
to we need to find to figure out who is How They Go Home on Instagram and Facebook. If anybody
Oh
can
yeah, I
let the
blocked that one a
ministries
while
know.
back. I don't usually block anyone, but that one was just like, yeah, they're harassing and threatening, and
Well,
like,
yeah, they're threatening
I don't
other
need that
women
energy.
and their kids and their families. So I wanna
And yeah, they
now
were
now
getting
that
info
person's
on
become a
some of
point of
my other
interest.
friends that were running for office back in 22, and it was creepy weird, that account.
Yeah, How They Go Home.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
There
know who
are
that is.
definitely nefarious entities that are planted on the web to intimidate and bully people and to, like I said, beat people down so that publicly, just accost them so that they don't rise up. So, and they get people rallied behind them, and some of them aren't even real. Some of them are just AI. That's the crazy part about it. So, you got to get to the bottom of some of that.
Yeah, we live in the age of like complete AI stuff, and I guess yeah, chatbots are relatively easy to make. And maybe one that I talked to yesterday was a chatbot. It was like crazy saying that Ralph Kushner had been debunked, and like had all this long list of all this crap that just looked like some fact
Thank
checking
you, Ralph.
website
Thank
BS.
you, Ralph. Thank you,
Yeah,
Ralph.
thank you,
Thank you,
Ralph,
Ralph.
man.
Ralph's going to be on tomorrow, I think. If I'm not mistaken, Magaso is
On
Ashley
Red Voice
putting on
Media.
tomorrow with
Red Voice
Yeah,
Media.
he's on.
with Dr.
Yeah, he's
Frank
on
on.
tomorrow in Red America First.
If we put the Red America First link inside of
Red
the
America.
all of this stuff, Andrew.
That's going to be an important
Yep.
session there with
Red
Dr.
America
Frank and Ralph.
First. People can find Ashley Weiss on X.com. his
That's
mic
3
came.
p.m. Hawaii time.
3 p.m. Hawaii time tomorrow, Thursday. Do you know what that is on Eastern time off the top of your head?
I want to
It's
say
like right
9
before
o'clock.
10.
9
9
p.m.
p.m. Yeah.
9 p.m. I guess so. Okay, 9 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Hawaii Standard Time. Tomorrow, every Thursday, there is a Zoom call and podcast with Red America, hosted by Ashley
First,
Weiss,
Red America
and we
first.
got Red America First. Sorry,
And his wife. Yeah, him and his wife.
and but
Valerie.
they're a
Yeah.
cool podcast because they allow people like us to get in there and talk about issues that are happening in our area. And Megeso and Susie have actually been on there for quite a while now,
So have I.
representing some truth here in Hawaii. Do you guys want to talk about that a little bit? And Kalei, do you mind muting your mic for a minute? We got some background noise or something going on.
Okay. Yeah, Red America First on Thursday be Ralph Kushney. There's actually another guest speaker as well before them, I believe. Dr. Frank will be with Ralph. Dr. Frank is big in the election integrity process as well. So they'll talk for about an hour. They'll get some questions from the host, and then the host opens it up to panels that actually belong to Red America First, and they ask specific questions. So it's a town hall type environment. It also live feeds on Facebook. It live feeds on Rumble. It live feeds on Instagram, I believe, and possibly TikTok. So it's on quite a few social platforms. Those people that are on that end of it can listen to the program, but they wouldn't be able to ask questions directly. You have to be a member of the panel to ask questions directly.
Yeah, thank you.
Or
That's a
anyone
really
that we
good
give the-
overview of what it is. Sorry, go ahead. I cut you off.
No, I was going to say, look, we gave you a panel link when you came on, so you were allowed to ask questions, Andrew. But most people don't get that link unless they actually belong to Red America First. So I have to get the other link where people can listen in, because when we're trying to monitor the panel, as you know, people can hack into the system, and it's hard to manage thousands of people at once.
Yeah, and
So-
people
Yeah,
start
this is why the
yelling
Brave
or-
system, that's why we're on Brave like this, because the four of us can talk
Yeah.
over each other and we're not gonna like, cut each other's head off kind of thing,
Correct. So yeah, so that's every Thursday at 3 p.m. Hawaii time, 9 p.m. Eastern time, and I believe that would be 6 o'clock West Coast, right?
Well, and everybody else is somewhere in between. You guys do the math.
Yes.
Go to worldtimeserver.com. They did not pay me to advertise them. Worldtimeserver.com has a
Thank you.
business planning meeting thing, and it will show you anywhere in the world, 2, 3 time zones. You can make your conference call plans that way.
Great plug, Andrew, because I do the
Yes,
same
sir.
thing. Because everybody's always like, what time is that this time in the Philippines and in
Yeah.
China and in Africa? It's just like, go to the time zone converter on Google or wherever internet you use and go figure it out in advance.
Yeah,
That's
well, I like World
that's what
Time
adults
Server
do.
because it generates like this little chart that shows you like daytime versus nighttime, and you can do multiple time zones, like 4 or
Cool.
5 or whatever.
Cool.
So it's like, yeah, you can plan your meetings like much
Well, yeah.
easier that way.
I was going to say the other part of that is if you can't join the show live, you can watch it later on Rumble.
Yeah,
Just like
that's-
just like this, right? Because today we're doing it live, but then people can watch it later on. Where are we at?
I'm
Andrew
trying to
X,
double check to make sure
YouTube.
all the streams are up. It appears that we are up on Rumble, YouTube, X, and Instagram. And I've got another
Solid.
laptop over here trying to figure out TikTok because that needs a Windows software or something. And I get the
I don't even
feeling
have
they're
a
not
TikTok
gonna let
account.
us simulcast. Well, I learned
I
from
didn't-
Gary V that it's like good and easy to get free viral like spread like organic growth there, and as a marketer, right? And I posted a few videos of people trying to beat me up for not wearing a mask before, and it just went nuts on TikTok. And I got like over 1,000 followers there from barely doing anything. And there's a lot of young people on there, and it makes me very angry when I watch that app because the stuff that people say and do on there is it's I thought I was like a stupid teenager, man, but like these are grown adults acting like
Well,
I
it's
don't
such a
get it. Maybe I'm
it's a
over the
good.
hill. I don't
No,
know.
no, no, no. I feel the same way as you. I felt the same way
It's
about
poisoning
Facebook.
our society.
Me and Susie,
Yeah.
we were shadow banned and banned. Well, that's what's so important. We're going to be rolling out a new social network and a new video sharing platform. I
Mm,
can't go into more details, but that's part of what our strategy is because Facebook isn't working in
mm.
Hawaii.
No. No.
Mark Zuckerberg, taking down Mark Zuckerberg is on my bucket list for
Yeah, and they did
multiple
our best
reasons.
to really cut us off from each other because we had such a strong network of support across the islands, and they did everything they could to sever that, and they just butchered it. Facebook, especially during the critical times and the early onset of COVID. I mean,
Oh,
they
and when they helped to steal an election from Donald J.
yeah.
Trump
I mean,
and the rest of
there's
the people who ran in 2020 election, yeah.
yeah.
Hunter
Facebook was
Biden,
incredibly destructive. Yeah, yeah.
Hunter Biden, anything about
Oh my gosh, yeah.
anti-COVID, anything about freedom of rights,
The
all of that stuff.
vaccines, oh my gosh, they
Yeah.
hammered us over the vaccines and just over stupid stuff. It was just they just once you were in their system, man, they were relentless. I can't count how many times I got kicked off before I finally got kicked off altogether. I can't even.
I
I
mean,
couldn't trust it
I
anymore.
have it all documented. I freaking took screenshots, made little videos, I did all of that stuff, and then I didn't want another Facebook account, but
No, I
I'm
know.
Joseph
People tell me get
Akana.
back
You
on
guys
there. I
can
don't it's like yeah,
Joseph
no.
Akana on Facebook, JosepHakana. You'll see me and him, and the cover photo is End Human Trafficking in Hawaii or Child Trafficking in Hawaii. Follow us, like and subscribe. Add us as a friend. I'll go through that. Definitely, I'm Joe's social media, consultant for his
There you
stuff.
go.
But there are new technologies that we're going to roll out right here. It's as simple as doing a QR code and videos. There's such a thing as evergreen learning systems where you can do a lot of this stuff by video so that people can work from home, they can learn from home, they can do all of those things from home so that they can get reestablished, re-energized, and going into abundance instead of staying here in scarcity. It's a trip. We don't
Yeah.
have to stay that way anymore, with all the things that have been getting done without them.
Well, and I'm bringing up the blockchain, and I'm not going to go into detail about it, but and I'm no expert certainly, but these social medias that are nefarious in intent, they are going to fall away. They're completely because there are with the quantum system that we've got, that's coming in and is operating. I mean, we're going to have social medias that are beyond our wildest imagination, where you can have holograms. You can sit in the same room and talk like you're on a talk show, but it's all in hologram. We're going to be able to have capabilities that we can't even imagine. So those things are going to just fall away.
Oh, we're imagining it. My
Yeah.
age group imagined it. Your age group imagined it. With Tulsi releasing all of the classified documents, and more people can, if they want to choose to go voluntarily learn it, they can.
Mm-hmm.
This is it's all coming,
Oh
and
yes, very
nothing's going to be
quickly
able to
too.
stop it.
Nope.
Especially when you have people who are like us, we're going to bring it to you. We're the ones that are going to bring it to you. So that's why you want to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell because we have dreamt it, and nobody's going to take away my patents and my technologies from me, right? Nobody's going to take away my ideas and concepts and things like that. And same thing with you guys. You guys don't want your guys' intellectual property stolen for use against, you make bad things happen to good people, you know?
Oh yeah. Yeah,
So
that's not going to be allowed in a blockchain that's unhackable. That won't be even tolerated. That won't even be
it's
open system.
immutable, it's unhackable, it
Mm-hmm.
keeps it transparent. There's a ledger. All of your guys' private information is better on a blockchain. Whether you guys understand decentralized or centralized is your own thing. But at the end of the day, I am an expert on the blockchain. I built my own
Mm-hmm.
blockchains, right? And so if I'm constantly being distracted and going to court and having the police hunt me down and X, Y, and Z, then I can't focus on those things. But now, as things the tides are turning right now, I'm not in jail. The prosecutor lied to the judge. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
on open record.
Yeah.
And so, and this is how we get our stories out. We connect with real people like ourselves. We get organized. We share our stories. And Megeso's, I love the stories that he shared over the years that I've known him. Same thing with Andrew and Susie. I haven't known you as long as I've known them, but I just think
Hmm.
you're a sweetheart, and people need to hear your voice, all
Well,
across
thank
the
you. You're so
world.
kind.
You know, it's the
So
same
very sweet.
thing.
I'll add to that. Yes, I agree. 200%.
Thank
Carry
you.
on.
You guys are, yeah, it's extraordinary, and I just love the fact that we all have this connection, and that we can just grow and expand and share information, and put it out there so that people, because there aren't really very many sites from the islands that are doing that at that level. There just isn't, and people are hungry for information, and they don't know where to look, and they want it from people they can trust, people that have been in the trenches, that have been, through the horrible gamut that they've put, us through, and no one more than you, Kelly. I mean, it's just, you know, that's still, I'm still shocked about all of that. It's just so horrible how the levels it can go to. So yeah, so this is an important platform. It really is for the people, and there's so much information that can be shared, and Magaso has so much to share too about, about the lawfulness versus the legal, and the syntax language and things that will help people navigate, so they're not afraid of the court system, they're not afraid of the forces here, these corporate forces here, the way they operate, and intimidate and scare people and extort money from them, to feed their corporations.
Are you
Like,
talking about my story, Susie? Nah.
oh, what? Yeah, there you go.
Are you talking about? You're
Is that
speaking
like
to me?
a
You're speaking my
parallel?
language. Oh my goodness. But not just my story. All people's stories who are going through dealing with the state and the city and county and the deep state cabal that came here and has been operating here for generations. Like, this isn't the old people. They're like, it's been going on forever. I said, I know. What the fuck were you guys doing, letting it go on forever? Pardon my French, but as a 45-year-old in the Gregorian calendar, my age groups ask a little bit of different questions, and you can't censor us. Like, Andrew is not gonna he's not gonna shut up about everything that he's learning and finding out, and
Can't
Oh,
do
heck
it.
no.
Wouldn't be
neither
prudent.
is Mageso. I met some really great kupuna, and I met some really evil kupuna, and I'm like, I gotta stay away from those, because the only people I can change is the people around me. And the message.
Like,
You know,
let me give you a brief statement about I'll just start with 1871, that people aren't aware of, that the United States government was
give it to them.
overthrown and
Give it
became a
to them.
corporation. And in 1871, we became a corporation. So the contract with the Republic of the United States was broken. The Republic honors the sovereignty of every individual. The democracy does not. A republic has democratic principles, but it's a republic. The other side of that most people don't know is 1873. That's when the bar was formed in the United States at the British Registry, the legal system, not the law system, the legal system that enslaved every American after that. And then we
Yes.
can lead that up to 1893 and the overthrow of the Hawaiian Kingdom.
And Queen
So all the
Liliuokalani,
dots and all the
my
dots are
ancestor.
connected. And I, I can go further back in that relationship, but I think for the moment people need to digest that the bar, all your attorneys here in Hawaii and
And
America
America.
are
Mm-hmm.
working for are working for the crown.
Of England and the
Okay,
Vatican State.
most of them have
Yes.
right. Most of them have ESQ after their name, which is Esquire, which means they're working directly for the Queen or the Crown or the Vatican, and they're
And not this
actually
queen.
foreign agents operating illegally in the land of Hawaii, the United States. They're foreign agents not registered, so they should all be disbarred immediately and arrested under the Republic.
For
Because the
treason.
Republic
For
has
treason.
sedition,
For treason against humanity.
treason, sedition, and more. The Republic had a relationship with the kingdom. Way back in 1826, with the treaty that was signed then between Kamehameha, that said the United States and Hawaii would be in perpetual peace. That means for so the overthrow occurred by the corporation, and that's what people need to understand.
Yeah,
It
a
was a
treaty was,
corporate overthrow.
yeah, it was a corporate coup d'etat, and treason was committed then. It's being committed now, right? And we had a peace treaty.
Right?
And so we don't have a treaty, which is what I want to sign with Donald J. Trump. Okay, not with Biden. Hello, or
Biden,
Kamal,
and Hunter.
or
People keep
cannot.
saying Trump's raping babies, and I was like, oh, was he in the Hunter Biden laptop, or what's up with that? Where's the
Yeah,
actual evidence? I hear all these allegations. Sorry to jump, like derail, but this is crazy.
thank you
Carry on.
for that. Thank you for
Well, we,
explaining that to people, Migueso, because a lot of people, again, like K through 12, many American citizens weren't taught true history. They were taught the history based on the corporation's intent to keep us working for the corporations because that's how they hid them in the, themselves, their satanic selves individually. And that's how they use their business operations and commercial trafficking to be able to traffic us into digits and bonds and all this extra stuff.
I'd like to add one thing to that as well. In 1990, with the Clinton apology, the
1993,
biggest
Migueso.
ped-
1993.
with that the apology resolution, I'm sorry, um, that Bill Clinton and his wife Hillary are one of the biggest traffickers of humans, of children.
Straight facts.
They need to be held accountable. But when Clinton made that apology, he said, "But we're not going to do anything about it. We know we overthrew Hawaii illegally. We're not going to do anything about it." So what he admitted was, "We're going to continue to enslave you," and that's what's been done.
That was his confession, his joint public resolution. And you know who was one of the yeas in the Senate or Congress? Bilbo Biden.
Bilbo Biden.
Bilbo
Bilbo
Biden.
Biden.
Bilbo Biden. I have video footage
Biden.
of me sitting across from him in Lahaina Luna Gym after the Lahaina wildfires and him falling
Okay,
asleep.
can we stop calling it wildfires? There's nothing wild about
Oh,
that other than the lies and the BS.
you're right. You're right.
Yeah,
The
that was the Maui massacre. Let's get it straight. Whole
Yeah.
world, Maui
Good,
massacre.
good point. Good point.
Thank you. Sorry, carry on.
Thank you.
Yeah, you watched that old fool drooling and disrespecting all of the lost souls here, the Hawaiian culture, the Hawaiian kingdom, the capital of Hawaii, right? Lahaina.
Hmm.
Yeah, sorry, I'm a
No,
little bit
no.
salty
It's
today.
critical because a lot of people don't really understand what happened in Lahaina. They still don't really have the full picture, the full spectrum, because the media has downplayed it to such a degree, and it cannot be forgotten, and it needs to be put out there in as many versions as possible to get people to realize that the severity of the issue, because it's not done yet. They're still torching Oahu. I mean, almost constantly. Maui as well.
Oh, I just
Hmm.
saw it. I subscribe on YouTube to the news because I don't watch TV, right? And so, like, all these little video clips I get from KHON, Hawaii News Now, whatever ones I'm subscribed to. Yesterday, there was a Kapolei fire and body remains were found inside the fire. Like, dismembered body remains is what they're stating. You know what I mean? But they're not telling everybody that was a attempted assassination. I did talk to Bryce Moore the other night at the Waianae neighborhood board or town hall meeting that Samantha DeCourt, state rep, called, and I'm just gonna be honest. I just wasn't impressed with the state rep's answers to all of the old people's questions because it was a lot of old ladies. You know what I mean? And nobody. I'm from District 8. Why did not Kurt Favela call me? Why did Asante? Why are all these people not calling me when they know I ran for governor and I'm Joe's chick? It's weird, District 8, what's up with the cops? Somebody call me, call a sister. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, we'll put it out there because maybe they don't know that it's all right to call it. I think it'd be great if you did a little clip on your candidacy as well, so that you can put that out there and people can say, "Oh, she's announced it," and we can, yeah, definitely, put it out there so people, because a lot of people don't know how to position themselves. They don't know what to ask. They don't know what's fair to ask, at a personal level. But I think it's so important that you reach out to it at a personal level, and people know that that's open. That's going to be powerful for both sides.
Yeah, we're gonna be able to clean up the mess here. You know what I mean? There's a lot of shit going down, and not everybody is as evil as the rest of them inside of the state system. But they don't know how to offboard the system because they've been doing it all their lives here, generationally, literally,
Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
know, and they don't know how to, all the repenting. And I mean, you have to say that I am against predators and pedophiles to be where we live in Ko Hawaii Aina at this point. There's just no Hawaii Nui, whatever. There's more history than people really understand, and that's okay. We'll give it to them. But um, what we're doing right now is we're setting the tempo. You know,
Yeah.
there's a new, and today I'm going to go to the police commissioners, and I have my stuff that's going to be written. I mean, I have a 3-minute speech planned out, and there's stuff that I can add, and people can come to the meeting or they can come watch it on YouTube, and they go to the police commissioner agenda on Google, DuckDuckGo, wherever. They're not paying me for tell you guys this, but I'm just saying there's a government website that you can go on, and anybody around the world can actually submit writing testimony. And every other week is technically when they have it. In our case is up in the complaint that we filed, the affidavit, including war crimes, because I'm a repatriate Hawaiian Nation national. I just want to see what the report says. You know what I
Right.
mean? And I
Right.
want
Yep.
all the body cam footage, because what you guys have shown me so far is nothing that you're trying to convict me on count one and count two. And where's all of it? I'm entitled to that. You know?
Yeah, everything should be transparent, and that's the real push. They should have nothing to hide. If they don't have something to hide, then everything should be fully transparent, because it's one or the other. There's no gray area there.
No,
I
and
understand national security. I understand some things are maybe too much for some people to take it in the reality of this war we're fighting. I understand some of that, but documents, everything like that should be fully transparent to the public.
well, my repatriation documents should have been sufficient.
Mm-hmm.
But Daniel Brown wasn't going to respect that while he was hanging on my Mercedes Benz S580. Like, this is something he does casually all the fucking time. Sorry, I have PTSD from all of it. I'm going to swear every once in a while and drop a F bomb because they tried to kill me. And that's never going to. Now they did that and they didn't. And now put me in, coach. You know what I mean? That's how I feel. I feel freaking electrified to be able to be in this time space. And Andrew, if you want to put over here, you put the officers. You put that
Shoot, you're
there.
kind of cutting out with that wind, Calais. You said put the officers' faces up.
Hold on 1 second. I'm looking at your timeline.
Yeah, boom. Now everybody can see the timeline because I did a transition with this awesome podcasting software. And boom, everybody can you see the meeting.
Okay, great. So
Can
we're
you
gonna
see the
add.
faces of these police? Megeso and Susie, are you guys able to see this presentation that we
I
got
can
coming
see
Yeah,
it.
together?
I can see it.
What is your feedback on these officers? Since you guys know a little thing or two about it, as people that I've reached out to and Kova Ipai Aina.
Well, these officers working for the corporation, and they know they're knowingly and willingly participating in the crimes against humanity by being a part of that, which is still the overthrow.
Wait, I'm doing a little video on my phone. Can you repeat that one more time? Three, two, one, action.
I said the officers are knowingly and willingly participating in a crime against humanity because they're working for the corporation,
The
which
corporation.
has no authority here in Hawaii because they're foreign agents doing business on foreign soil.
Okay, so I hope they don't see this before they are defendants in court, though. Like, I want to like hit them from the sideline with this, left field.
I mean, who
Surprise,
knows? I mean, right
surprise!
now
You're
they're.
going to prison.
Yeah, well, I told him. I mean, Auntie has a big mouth, okay, and I'm gonna defend my space using words before, and they
Yes.
all knew that I
Yeah,
had
you
no
said use your
weapons.
words. Use your words. De-escalate. De-escalate. And they're like, nope, we're reaching in the car and we're beating
Well,
this woman today.
just check this out really quickly while you guys
Gee.
got them on. Part of the SOP process, and this is what they did is they made me have to do an auditing system on them. But if you look at all of their video cam, their audio, their BWC body cam worn footage, there should be a red light on
Mmm.
that shows that they're recording an event. Okay,
Correct.
There should be a red light on showing that they're recording the event. They all have cell phones on in my videos. And this is what I'm going to tell everybody. You are a civilian journalist. You do your own First Amendment audits. The kids can take one adult and five kids in high school and go do a First Amendment audits on your government, because in public spaces they don't have certain rights. But all three of these officers supposedly swore an oath to the United States Constitution. I asked them if they're United States citizens. I asked them if they knew the 14th Amendment. You know what that girl right there in the middle told me? This is our
This
policy. We
one,
can.
what's her name?
This is, yeah,
Goober?
Gaber, Freya Gaber,
Freya
Officer
Goober?
Freya Gaber. You know,
Okay.
she told me. She told me it's their policy to do whatever they want, and that one traffic violation citation is one traffic crime.
And the minute she used the word policy, it tells you right now what she's doing is unlawful. You can't enforce policy against people. Policy are not laws.
What they call me what is her unhuman name? What is her human trafficking name? Oh, and Daniel Brown, in their body cam footage that we do have, which we are gonna do release really leaks on MTV on this account, so everybody can. Andrew's got the goods, right? We're gonna, or I can give it to Andrew, and it's gonna be put up on top of these platforms. I literally, I just want you guys to understand, like, because of the 2020 and what happened after that in the Biden administration, one of the things that took very, very big notice in the world of video creation was journalism, was freedom journalism, was First Amendment audits, right? You had to document your stuff on video because everything is stacked against you. Everyone in Hawaii, they don't understand what I understand they're going to have to go through. And they don't want to be a part of the jury because they don't want to be a part of the human trafficking scam. But the state's not telling them. You know what I mean? I'll tell you. I'll tell you. I'll tell
Mm-hmm.
you on online and on the record if I need to tell you on the record. And this lady right here, she called me. She goes, "Oh, you know her flyers because all of these officers held the end child trafficking flyer in their hands that said, 'My name is Kele Akana.'" Okay, they all held it. How can you miss the big words? There are Kele Akana and human trafficking signs all the way down Papipi Road, all the way to Howbush, all the way to Oneula Beach Park. There's my signs are everywhere on Oahu. They're on all the other islands. They're also all throughout Te Moana Nui o Kiva. They're also in America. They're also in Canada. Okay, I mean, as far as I know. Okay, because people have come and gone with the banners. Today we're going to take some banners like the predator hunter. You can be a predator hunter in the ministries as a volunteer just to freaking go journal this stuff. But if we get rewards and you get rewarded for the work that you do, now we have an incentive program that helps people be able to afford to live here while transitioning from the cabal to, oh my gosh, the aloha spirit system is back.
Do you mind if I kind of segue to ask about this Joe Logan guy out of HPD? I've been recording more of his stuff into your timeline. Oh, I need to grab my computer charger.
Well, here are the facts. Okay, so he was the police chief that day in the chain of command before he was,
That day, meaning May 5th, the day that 4 or 5 police officers tased you and beat you with batons, punched you in the face. That day?
yeah, that day.
So he was the
That day.
police chief at the time, but he now is no longer.
Right, and you were the person that, well, you were one person that called in 911 because Joe called you, and the prosecutor is saying that they don't have 911 call logs. And I heard it come over the dispatch when I was in the car with Pa'aluhi.
Oh, too bad we didn't get that recording. Too bad, huh?
Well, we do
Well,
have some of the recording where Pa'aluhi is transferring me from Queens Medical West to somewhere, and he's on there and he says, "Hey chief, da 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 da." And then when we're on where they committed the war crimes against me and where they beat me up and did all of that stuff, Freya Gaber answers the phone. They all have their phones out. So this is like voyeurism to me. They have trophies They were taking pictures of my faces. I was with fucking handcuffs. I was stuck on freaking um, tasers like 22 minutes before the two EMTs come in, and they're listed as fucking physicians on top of the police report. Listen, the police officers that created this instinct, they have no dispatch records, is what the prosecutor's telling the judge right now in open court. In open court.
Your Honor, we are completely incapable of doing our basic duties.
I sent them
Well,
over
let's
a hundred.
not forget the assault, the attempted murder occurred shortly after you served the governor, along with Andrew, for crimes against humanity.
Yeah,
And the mayor
Mengistu
and
was
the mayor
there.
of
We all served
Kauai.
them together, right? We served the mayor.
We served the mayor of Kauai. What was his name?
Derek Kawakami,
And we served
Commie,
his,
he's a commie. Yeah. Okay, sorry, carry on.
and on May 1st, which I have it on Joe's Facebook, I was asked by Andrew. Let's just be transparent. I didn't even know who was on the list, but I know Josh Green committed crimes against humanity in his governorship and lieutenant governorship since I've been home, for sure. And what ended up happening is Andrew bought me the case to go on Kauai, and I looked through it, and there's my auntie Lonnie, who is vaccine injured, and I know she's vaccine injured. And so it was more like an honor to my ancestors because I didn't take the vaccine. I got a good brain, everything's functioning. I listen to the sound of my voice, the sound of reason. And they're not arresting me in court like Jean Tamashiro and others. And it's very important that we can stay composed,
Mm.
you know. And so that's because of my friends like you guys, people that love and care about me, that carry the Oloha spirit, that you guys are Malahini from somewhere else. You're not Haole. We should just
So,
call the
wait.
pedophiles
Can I
Haole.
ask? So this lady Salty SALTI dot Wahine on Instagram had posted a video about this whole like Everett case with Nolan Chang and Tamra Mackay and all this HR Hawaii Republican Party stuff. And I just like answered in the comments like, wait, it's a little bit more nuanced than that. She was saying that it's like locals versus howlies, and I was like, well, wait a second, what do you mean by locals? And what do you mean by howlies? Do you mean like haole, as in lacking the breath of life from Keakua, like our creator, like a soulless asshole, or do you mean something else? And so she like makes this video response saying that she had three different meanings, but I couldn't quite pick up what her different meanings for it were. She was saying there's a difference between haole and hauli. And like, so can you guys tell me what is the difference? I'm a linguist, and I'm trying to learn Olelo Hawaii. And it's kind of discouraging when people on Instagram are like, "Your Olelo sucks. You did typos." Sorry, I got blurry
You know what,
vision on the
Andrew?
phone. Like,
They're not friends with the queen. Okay, so who cares? Nah, just joking. Andrew. No, but it's really confusing. Honestly, it's really confusing if people are labeled incorrectly. It's really confusing if you're being called something that you're no, and you're not. Like I didn't assault the police. I don't have a record of assaulting the police. You know what I mean? But the police, in their records, it shows my sister's name is Ululani Win as a known alias.
mm,
Now, it sounds intentional, okay? Because my sister does have a criminal record. You know what I mean? And who put her name there as a known alias is, what we're, so anyways, Haule, Ole apostrophe in your guys' language, Okina in our language, right? Haole. Haole means without breath, right?
mm,
Haole. Ha is breath, ole is no, basically. Ole is no. Okay,
mm.
so in the way that I interpret it is unconsciously conscious,
Mm.
right?
So
Aloha.
haole or haole just means unconsciously conscious.
Haole is not even a haole. Haole is happy.
Haole.
Hauli, if you spell Hauli, I don't know, you can go look that up, but that's not what they're saying. They're saying the E at the end incorrectly, right?
Right, they're doing
A,
like
E.
the foreigner pronunciation of haole then and
They're
calling it a new
using,
word.
right. And so like,
Okay.
so but haole to me means without the breath of life, right? Unconsciously conscious. Like, more aloha. Aloha is the breath of life,
Mm.
right? Aloha is
Ha.
the breath of life. Aloha is discernment. Aloha is consciously conscious. Aloha is our culture's connection to EO. And nobody can teach us better than us can teach you guys. And this is where we're at. And we're going to recognize a whole lot of other things that make things a lot better, the quality of energy, the vibrational stimulation throughout the planet. And it all comes from aloha. Like Auntie Pilahi said, the world's going to come to Hawaii for world peace because we hold the key, and the key is aloha, right? It's aloha. But what does that mean for people who don't understand what it means, and they're prostituting the word all over the internet?
Mm. Then we come to memetics, how memes, ideas spread like viruses, and they mutate kind of on their with their own consciousness. I think Megesa was about to say something.
It was explained to me too, it's about the tone of voice in which you say it. So if you say, like you were pronouncing it, ole, no breath, then there's howley, which I was told just meant you're not a person.
Did you say
They're
a
not
non-person?
attacking,
You
you're
kind of
just
cut out.
making a statement.
A
A
non-person, that's a
non-person.
trip.
Yeah,
Okay, so you don't exist. You are beneath recognition.
not a,
Ouch.
not a, not a non-person, another person. You're
Oh,
just another being.
oh, another
Okay,
person, just whoever,
that's
just a someone.
depending on the tone you say. Like like if I said it like this, you're a howley. You're just another human being, another person. But if I say howley, now it's no breath. That's the way it was
Wow.
explained
I
to
think it'd be
me.
interesting to interview like 100 people and see how they like interpret it. I think everybody kind of has their own interpretation within like a few different like categories, right?
Well, I've got a lot of
Why don't
people
we
that,
just why don't we just all treat ourselves like living souls that we are
I'd like that. Yeah.
by our character and not by our
Well, I
interpretations and
apparently
judging
offended some people
people.
by spelling Malahini incorrectly. It's Malahini with an I, not an
yeah,
A, I guess.
it's okay, Andrew. It's
So I
okay. I'm here to give you
apologize.
a,
I'm not as a
I'm,
cunning
I'm
linguist
here
as
to
I
give you
should
a
be.
hug. I'm here to give you a hug. It's
Mahalo.
okay. We've hanai'd you into our ohana. So
Mahalo.
you're okay. Let them attack you. You can
But
come
I
call
want
me at any time. I'll be your therapist.
Yeah, I call Calais
to.
crying at least 3 times a week, guys, because like my skin is very thin.
I,
Gotta have.
I wanted to segue back to the oath of office. Can I segue back to the oath of office?
100%. And you guys can stay on. I might have to hop off because I have to go
Okay.
to the police commission. I can get back in on the car on our way down.
This is
But go
this is
ahead.
very this is very important. This is very important for people to understand. The oath of office, when you say they're not honoring the oath to the Constitution of the United States or the Hawaii State Constitution or their office, there is no penalty in the state of Hawaii for violating your oath of office.
Not yet.
No
I
penalty.
think that I
If
heard
they
of
violate,
pitchforks and
if they
torches.
violate against the
What?
federal
Oh,
government, there is.
But that's why the federal is going to hold them accountable.
I think, correct. If they violate against the federal directive, federal goes after them. But you and I don't care. You say, well, like the officer said to you, Gilly, that doesn't matter. We do what we want because there's no penalty.
Well, so right now, but
That's
the
why
death
the
penalty is
governor of
back.
Hawaii,
The death penalty is back on
correct.
the ground over
That's why
here.
the governor is running. But this is why the governor is running a tyrannous government here in Hawaii. There are no penalties locally. All his
Well,
department heads committed treason.
well,
All
he
the
lives here
department heads
locally. He
are
lives
under the
here
executive
locally.
branch.
Yeah, but McGee,
Yeah.
so there's a federal override on that, isn't there?
Yeah,
I
there
was just
certainly
reading
is.
it. Yeah,
There is.
they can go ahead.
There's not just
Coming,
a federal
coming
override,
down,
there's an international override.
Yeah,
we just need political
correct,
will.
they
correct.
can act that way, but they're still going to be held accountable because it's still not constitutional. Even
Correct.
not
Correct.
according to
Right,
Hawaii
Correct.
but I
Constitution.
did,
Correct.
I clarified that as they're not held accountable locally.
And I'm just
locally.
for the record, I'm gonna
Federally
for,
and internationally.
for the record, I'm just gonna say that's about to change
It needs to change.
because the people are seeing how corrupt people here. I mean, I can't even tell you how many people don't like Maisie Hirono, and she's from Japan, and I'm from here. You know what I mean? But I did a little test on Joe's Facebook, and there was over 1,000 comments from where I shared it on our wall and to other groups about the disliking of Maisie Hirono and how dumb she makes everybody look in Hawaii. And she's certainly involved with the trafficking. She's been a part of Pelosi's best friends and Maxine Waters, and hey, the queen needs to spill the tea. You know what I mean? She's not a good person, and I personally think she's a part of the organ harvesting and the acronodrome and all of that shit, human
She's
trafficking.
been operating as an agent for the CCP. These guys were promised riches and other things beyond imagination if they would, collaborate with the CCP.
Well,
So
with
she's
with the United States Constitution, she gets
no
to go to
treason, high
Gitmo.
treason.
She gets to go to Gitmo or Koho Olave.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, she's going to get a free pass on that one. She's not going to get to walk away on that. She's going to go to the spa directly and permanently.
Well, there's other senators that are tied to the trafficking and the sex trafficking of kids and harvesting of organs in Hawaii and sex trafficking and bringing the drugs in. The state is the one doing all of that shit. How else could it get into 2,600 miles of anywhere?
These islands are way too small. Like the meth that's around here and everything. Like the DEA's got to be in on it. The FBI, the cops, like everybody. I mean, like nobody's brave enough to arrest these criminals within the law enforcement agencies.
Well, I think while the military-industrial complex was operating, and I think that was true. I think that there was too much fear because there were reprisals, and I think what people, people in the local population have a trouble understanding is the difference, comprehending the difference between the military-industrial complex and the military alliance, which is in operation now, because the military-industrial complex has essentially been
Dismantled. It's been
dismantled
dismantled.
completely, and we have proof of that. But people are still so sore and just so ruined from the military-industrial complex. The resentment against the military is very strong, and because there isn't an ability to make that differentiation, there's a lot of pushback on the military. And
Well,
Just like
what
Obama, I need to see arrests made. I mean, the army covered up for that pedophile murderer on Oahu like not too long ago, right? Like they wouldn't let us investigate on their base. Did anybody ever find the bodies?
Well, that's the whole thing right now, Susie, is the people are just finding out that the state of Hawaii is the deep state cabal and has been for generations, right?
Yeah.
So
Right, so
once they
Malta,
realize
Dole.
that, then the migration of accepting the military to deport who they need to deport, tribunal whoever they need to tribunal, Hawaiians getting their land back, people being able to stay here lawfully. There's a whole process for all of those things, and if you don't know them, then there's a whole bunch of fear, and which is what they're trying to cause civil
There's still
unrest.
fear, and the media is feeding that fear. And people have to understand that even the military has to arrest people according to the letter of law. Otherwise, these criminals walk and they're back in the hive again. So everything has to be done by process. And so
Yeah, and it has to go on the record. It has to
you
go
can't
on the
round up
record.
people. Yeah, you can't round them up based on suspicion. You have to round them up based on evidence. And so it is a process. It does take time.
The reason for that is if they arrested some of these people now and they went to court and got off, they cannot be tried again for the same crime. This is why it has to be done lawfully because of the law
Double
called
jeopardy.
double jeopardy, correct?
Yeah, so there is a process, and then the other thing is that people have to understand they're not going to see. Some of these cases will be played out by actors in court, like maybe the P. Diddy thing, maybe the Epstein thing. Those will be played out by
I saw
actors in
something
court.
saying that he's dead. Do you believe that? Just
No.
before we
And
started the
personally, I don't
podcast,
think
I
so.
Listen,
saw
I
something
don't
drop.
even believe Epstein is dead yet. I believe he's in Israel.
I
So-
haven't seen proof of that. But what I would say is that people that commit crimes against humanity are going
And
to go straight to
children
JAG military.
And the innocent, They're gonna go. They're panda eyes and all this shit. They're going to tribunals. There is no way
Exactly.
around it.
So we're not going to see that except in retrospect. Those tribunals have been running since at least 2015.
18.
Oh, even farther back than that. But the thing is, and there are real journalists out there who are doing that, but they're under censorship until they release at which time and place they'll start rolling those back, and people will get to witness those. People will get to see those reels. But that'll be in retrospect, not while it's ongoing, because people don't have enough of an understanding. These people that are being rounded up, they don't have enough of an understanding of their crimes yet, and they don't want civil outbreak in the streets. And that's
Well, they don't even know
happening
their
the way it is.
civil rights. That's a give here in Hawaii because of the de facto state. The United States Constitution gives them their civil rights.
Yes, but
Okay,
one
let
thing
me
the
try
United
to
States
be
doesn't
the
want is
fair
they
and
don't want
balanced,
bloodshed.
like the interviewer reporter guy, and say or ask the question, what would you say to the people who would call you a crazy QAnon conspiracy theorist for saying that these people have already been through tribunals and some of them have been executed? Or
I would say it's been proven to be right more of the time than it hasn't.
Oh, there's complete evidence of tribunals. There are
I would,
actually articles out there. Yeah, it's not a conspiracy theory.
It was a
okay. Oh,
conspiracy theory
and
against all of
Grok is
us.
now saying, "Where we go one, we go all." Right?
Who's saying this?
Grok.
Grok.
Yeah, that
AI
was
Oh,
just
on,
Grok.
on
like
Yes,
X.
yes, I saw
everybody's
that.
going
That's
nuts over
hilarious.
it.
first,
Yeah, yeah, I saw
well,
that. Yeah.
first of all,
What a hoot, huh?
first of all, there's no such thing as QAnon. It's Q and Anon.
Yep.
Q is the
Yeah.
military portion. The
Correct.
Anon, the Anons are the people that do the research that want to get to the truth, and that comes from many, many individuals.
Yes, it
So it's
does.
Q and Anon.
Yes.
The media will say QAnon and say it's all negative. Conspiracies are true. When you look at George Bush, for example, he was executed by a firing squad. Okay, his casket had a crooked American flag on it.
You
That's
said
a
George Bush
sign, a
Senior. You
wrinkled
kind of
one.
cut out.
That's a sign of, yeah, George Bush Senior. So
Okay.
that indicated that he was a
Correct.
traitor.
And John
He was a
McCain.
traitor. And at those funerals, Obama's, the Clintons, Joe Biden, Dick Cheney, Pence, all got envelopes. And in those envelopes was basically tell them we got it all. Now, all these world leaders show up at funerals. They were technically arrested all that day at that funeral because there was no escape. So all these conspiracies, there's no such word as conspiracy theory. It's either a theory or it's a conspiracy. The words don't go together. Everything is theory.
Yeah.
So
And
all these
who was
things are
it
going
who
to turn
invented
out
that
to be
phrase in
true.
the first place? Right.
Yeah, that whole term was planted by the
Yeah, that was the
CIA
deep state.
decades ago. We used to even say at the Capitol, "There's no such thing as conspiracy theory because everything we've thought of, they've already thought of."
Yeah, if
So
you
there's-
can think of it, there's
Yeah.
some bored billionaire who's like, I'm gonna try that weird thing.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
and they thought of things we will never imagine.
Yeah, we're
And I
just a little
never
late
want
to the
to.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah, because of information blocks. Without the advent of the internet, we would still be in the dark.
Hmm.
So that's the critical component. There is once the internet opened up and we kept that for a free retrieval of information, the whole floodgates opened up, and that really brought people up to pace very quickly.
You can thank the people in the 60s for pushing for the internet.
McGee, so you're cutting out
That was
really
one
bad.
of the things that they were fighting for. That's why I want to be on my computer. But anyways,
Yeah,
the
I hear you.
60s, that's one of the things they fought for. They fought for the internet. That was one of the platforms in desegregation and all that. So this revolution or evolution started a long time ago. And really the big push for world peace and all that started in 1999. And then 2001, you had the World Trade Center. Okay, the attack on America directly. 1999 is when JFK Jr. supposedly was killed. And Hillary Clinton took his seat in the Senate because they were running against each other. And just yesterday, Trump posted on his True Social site, if Russia is such a great threat to America, then why did Hillary Clinton sell them all the uranium?
Yeah, right. Right.
if if Russia is such a threat, why did Hillary sell them all the uranium? That is a very, very
Uranium,
good
they needed
question. Very apt.
that.
Hmm.
I yield.
Well, and what do you say to the people who say that's lie, that's fake news, that's been debunked?
It's a problem with the mainstream media, and the indoctrination is just people are waiting for confirmation in the media. They're not going to get it. They're going to have to look past their convenience
Is
because
CNN
that's
just always going to be able to somehow stay alive? Or are they going to run out
no,
of money and
no. They're
fully
going to lose their
collapse?
FCC
They're
licenses,
on their last legs, right?
or if we move to Starlink, those will fall away. Because their frequencies will not be allowed on the blockchain. They will not be allowed, so they'll
Yeah,
fall away. They'll either be
authenticity or die, right?
yeah, there has to be benevolence to it. There has to be a
Mm.
frequency that's compatible, or they're not able to tap into it. And
I'm
so
just
that's
astounded by people who still think the mRNA is good to inject into your arm.
I know there's about 20% of the population that's probably never going to get on board with what's the truth really is out there
Right.
because it's too surreal. I mean, it is surreal. They've been making movies about this for decades. It's
How can Hawaii they not believe it when we don't have real news? We have fake news here in
we
Hawaii.
that's right.
Mm.
The only
Okay,
honest sites we have are citizen journalists. Those are the only honest sites we have.
those are the only honest ones, correct?
Hmm. Everything else is yeah, deep state operated. So it's
The
very hard.
corpsoration, I like that. The dead entity.
So yesterday, I don't know the answer to this question, but I know that Governor Green was interviewed by HON TV yesterday about the military leases. Anybody know how that conversation went?
I haven't heard.
Oh, no, I haven't heard on that either. I've been working the last couple days, so. But I think a lot of this is the fact that they're bringing the population, the public into entering discourse with the military contracts. I think is really a shot at the alliance giving people the chance to take personal responsibility for their own communities. Because if the military industrial complex was doing this, there's no way we would be allowed any kind of discourse. They would listen, nod their heads, and go back to do what they're going to do anyway.
Exactly.
Yes.
Mhm.
So
So, yeah, I'm just doing a few things here on the back end, trying to figure out all the bells and whistles. Do you guys want to get like a little tour of the podcast format that is kind of nebulizing in my brain? Is that the right word? Accreting. It's accreting.
It's populating.
It's populating. Yeah, it's rendering. My brain is rendering slowly. So you guys are able to see my screen share, right?
I'm looking at a 2025 screen right now.
Okay, yeah, good. So this is like PowerPoint on steroids. And I used an existing template. Actually, this is from the original one that was there. But yeah, so I'm just slowly working with Calais as we can and turning like her entire story into a timeline where we got details and links and videos and articles and all of that stuff all on one big canvas. So this one, if you guys are able to still hear me and see me, I've just been doing a little bit more research on this guy, Joe Logan. He was the former police chief.
New police chief Arthur
So I've
Joe
been able to
Logan wants
embed
more
video
officers patrolling the streets, but he has roughly
into this
300
thing.
vacancies to fill. Our Mahalani Richardson has more on the chief's first news.
So yeah, the cool thing about this is that we can put hyperlinks in here, we can upload files to it, we can work collaboratively with other team members. I've invited Calais as an what do you call it? As an editor. And I'm working on a few other ones for investigations that are with a few different people. Maybe I shouldn't go too far into all that in this conversation so far, and keep the rest of that on the down low. But yeah, you guys get the basic idea, right?
Yeah.
If we're able
get
to really
that.
present our stuff, is the right word cogently? If we're able to present it very succinctly, then we can drive action. People got to feel what's happening, right? Like seeing those bruises on Calais really pisses me off to the point that I suddenly got brave enough to call the cops and tell them I was recording them for public record. You know, the cops are really corrupt here. Everyone knows that. And everybody's kind of scared of them. But sometimes you just got to do it anyway, right?
Right. Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm hoping that gathering this information together will make it easier for Calais to present her case and her story moving forward and be a repository of evidence and information that other people can also use and reference. The cool thing with this is that I can just send you a link and you can share it with all your friends. It's a work in progress right now, but we can produce full documentaries out of this. It integrates with the meeting software, so we're able to present it in this way so that you can still see the presenter and you can see the content at the same time. I think this is going to be critical moving forward in building an actual kind of news platform where we can do a better job eventually than KHON or Hawaii News Now in the production side of things. We already beat them with truth and authenticity, but they have a lot more money, people, and resources to make really convincing, beautiful looking videos that make you want to believe all of their lies. You know how they talk. I know how that rooster talks.
Sorry about that.
I guess he's
Outside my
telling
window.
us it's lunchtime. Should we
No,
wrap it,
rooster,
guys?
yeah. I want to apologize. I had to drop off twice. I had calls I had to catch. So that I.
No, you're all good. I was able to
So sorry about
reconfigure.
that.
Oh, go ahead, Susie.
No, I just wanted to apologize for having to drop off once or twice. I had calls I had to catch that were impertinent from a family member.
That's okay.
So,
I was so self-centered that I didn't even notice. I just kept talking and assumed everyone was taking notes.
God love you.
You too.
Every once in a while, I'm getting kicked off for some reason.
Yeah, so it works perfectly, you know. You guys just nod and pretend that what I'm saying is important, and we'll all get along.
Okay, now, okay.
We got you covered.
Now Freedom
We got
Tyranny
you covered.
TV? No, just kidding.
Freedom Tyranny TV. Shoot, what I actually did have something that I thought was worth sharing and profound, but then I lost it with all the
Oh
banter.
no, really? What is that?
Oh yeah. So basically, this is podcast beta test episode 3 for me in learning this multicasting software and trying to do different integrations so that I could present it.
You've
in
been
a
doing
way.
great.
So like, yeah, thank you guys very much for being here to help wade through that. And yeah, I think next week or the following week, I'll be able to make it start to look like an actual podcast format and like be smooth. And then at that time, then it's like, yeah, because I was just thinking I was talking to Calais, but she's like, yeah, bring everybody. Like, okay, no problem. And that's good too, because we got to test that. But yeah, I didn't want to try to blast it, like start promoting it or get like a bunch of guests on yet until like I get all the bells and whistles figured out. And I guess I'll upgrade like the Brave account or whatever so that we can have bigger meetings with more people in. I don't think it's very expensive. So
Is there a cost to that?
We're doing the Brave browser alternative to Zoom, which for 4 people is free. And it will
Mhm.
record the call too if we wanted it to, but I'm already doing that on YouTube and whatever else, so I didn't really think that was necessary. It might be better because it's more stable and less cuts or whatever, but um yeah, and like when I flew over to Kauai the past few times, I had people like offering to donate and to help to support what Maui Freedom TV is doing over there. So yeah, I feel pretty confident now that I don't have the imposter syndrome. I've earned my street cred. I can ask for a few small donations or whatever to get
Absolutely. Post a
support.
donation site so people can
Yeah,
donate online.
yeah. So I'll start doing stuff like that. And I've also got some other plans in the works that we can talk about privately that, yeah, that are going to be lots of fun with some more of our friends that you guys know.
Fantastic.
Yes, so shall we talk about anything else or shall we wrap?
Well, I
Well,
think this is a good start. Migeso?
yeah, it's fine. I'd still like to know how to get on my computer on Brave because it keeps wanting to make me a host, and I don't
That's
see any
really
place
weird.
to
Okay, well,
join into
let's
a meeting.
let's do another test without all the extra streaming software soon, and I will try to
Oh, I-
invite you to another one sometime.
Could it be that you only have 4 users, and when I'm on my phone and I try to join on my computer, that's a fifth user, and that's why it's not linking?
Oh, if you had already joined on your
Maybe.
phone and were not kicked
Yeah.
out of it yet, then it would have blocked the fifth one, probably.
Good
Yeah.
point. Good point.
Okay.
Because
So
Ford's
you're
company,
actually
man.
so you're actually putting my phone number in to let me know that I'm okay to join, right?
I sent the
That how it
link,
works?
just like a link to Calais, like kind of like a Zoom link. And then I guess
Okay.
it's first come, first serve. Whoever gets in first is in.
So probably what I should do is upload the link to my computer and then sign in from there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's try
Maybe
that
we
one
can do
next
that.
time. Or if you want to try that now, you could pop out and Susie and I could hold the space if you want to try to pop back in. I mean, we got it all
All
set
right.
up right
Give it
now.
a try, Migeso. That way you'll know next time that you can
Yeah,
just jump right in.
All right, let me try it. So I gotta leave you.
you're always in our hearts, Miguel.
We'll miss you.
We'll miss you
I
greatly.
gotta figure out how to leave the meeting now.
Yeah, I love that when I try to
Okay.
hang up and software's updated. I'm like, I don't know how to hang up. You
Like
guys,
the
you
Roach
just got to look
Motel.
at
You can
me.
check in, but you never check out.
Yeah. And that's funny but not funny because that is the digital age and like this programming with behavioral hacking and all of that stuff that people seem to still have no clue about. And I think that's why everybody's salty on Instagram is because the way the algorithms are set up to like get people to be like predisposed to be in that mood while on that platform.
Yeah, well, it's a frequency thing. It keeps people in a
Mm.
low frequency. It's a meta construct, and we know
Well,
meta is a dark
and they
construct.
do it by hacking your dopamine and cortisol production with the type of content that they put in front of you. And they
Yeah.
do it with the dopamine thing by getting you like hooked on it with the swiping
Yep.
algorithms.
Yep.
So like people are hooked on like fear and anger, and yeah, then like they sandwich in these little political like NLP messages in between, and people are like, I hate kittens, and they don't even know why. Yeah, not kittens. I
Yeah.
meant I meant
Yeah.
Republicans, and they don't even know why.
Republicans. Wait. What?
Yeah, right. I mean, you could just replace that with anything, and it's like hate the new trend.
Yeah.
They
Yeah. It's
say
a
they
frequency.
support the new thing, but it's hate.
And then if they've got lots of nanotechnology inside their bodies, they're so hackable. That's the other thing that's just so horrible about
And
this.
sorry, folks, it's not conspiracy theory. It's fact. I went on the Moderna website, went onto their patent pages, and read through all that crap, and I found
Yep.
a site
It's
that shows
factual.
that they
It's
have self-assembling nanoparticles in their
yes.
goop.
Yes, and they do respond to frequencies, and that was the whole
Yeah,
intent behind that
uh,
because they can hack your brain. They
5G
can hack your
waves, in
thinking.
fact, right?
Yeah,
5G frequencies.
So yeah, and there's so many different frequencies out there they don't even mention. So they can take you high, low, in between, anger,
Oh,
um,
specifically the frequency that resonates
hive
with
mind.
oxygen and hemoglobin in the blood in your lungs as you're trying to absorb
Mm-hmm.
oxygen, and it makes you foam at the mouth and fall down dead, like in
Oh
Wuhan
yeah. I
when they
mean,
said that was COVID, this novel coronavirus. Why does so many people they don't remember that video clip? And Steve Bannon used to play it for his intro for a long time.
are you talking
That
about
was
what happened in Korea?
no, in
The incident.
Wuhan at first, right? When like
Oh
coronavirus was novel. Yeah, they had videos of these people walking down the street just suddenly foaming at the mouth and dropping dead,
yeah.
saying that was coronavirus.
It's yeah. There was a whole operation behind rounding people up who they had hacked into. From what I understand, they actually hacked into the military, hacked into the Wuhan lab,
Mm.
and they took specific vials of their coronavirus because they had a couple of different levels of deadliness with those vials in the Wuhan. So this was all gain
Mm.
of function, and they took some of the deadliest forms, and because they were also, from what I understand, they were manufacturing adrenochrome there at the
Mm.
same lab. So there's a whole backstory to that, which I don't even want to go too much into detail with, but
It
I'll
was
share it with you
like,
on
did
the
they do
side.
artificial adrenochrome because they're running
So
out or what?
no, they were actually, from what I understand, manufacturing that at the same site. So they got to tamper with that a little bit. To yeah, and so the deadliest version of the what is it, the God, I'm losing my train of thought, of the coronavirus, the deadliest version did not get released to the public because the military got a hold of that before that was, because that would have been
Mm.
catastrophic.
Yeah, and I
uh,
mean, if you're trying to poison everyone slowly and not
I mean that,
yourself,
yeah. So
then you don't
the
have
only one that got released was the milder version, the
the
survivable
cold.
version. But
Yeah.
but those who had been inoculated, unfortunately, were susceptible
Mm.
to to frequencies. And so you just saw during the lockdown, people were messing with the towers, and they were, that we had Wuhan towers.
Mm.
Here in Hawaii and other places, we had the Wuhan
Oh, the
frequency.
5G towers are still here.
But
I see them
as
all
far as I
around.
can tell, those were dismantled. President Trump in his first term had ordered all those to be dismantled. How far they got with that, we won't know because it is an operation. But in the first term, he had ordered all those Wuhan towers,
Okay.
the
Well,
servers,
yeah.
to
I mean,
be
the military
dismantled.
still has to have something like that that is
Well, you got to
equivalent,
remember they're
or
two
they
years
can't
ahead of
power
us too.
AI. You
Their
have to have.
timeline,
Hmm?
yeah, and their timeline is they're 2 years ahead of us in information and what they've accomplished, but they can't tell people that because this is not only just a military operation, it's also tough love 101. And people
Yeah.
have to get the lesson because if they don't, in 10, 20 years, we're going to be back to where we were again.
And
The
we're talking
complacency, the
regular
apathy.
military, not like super DARPA,
No, we're talking military
NHI tech
alliance.
back engineered stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, no, military alliance. And they've been in operation probably at least a clandestine level since the Kennedy assassination. That's how far back they go.
Hmm. What do you
So,
know about Alan Turing and him being the father of modern cybernetics? I mean, since we're all here.
Alan turning. Oh, I'm.
You know, the Turing test was based on this guy, right? And he made the code breaking machine that broke the Germans' code.
Okay. No,
They made a
I
whole
haven't
movie
done any
about him,
research
but
on that.
like,
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
if you go on YouTube, you find a documentary, if it's still there, that
Yeah,
showed that he
interesting.
had like this crazy, gnarly top secret security clearance because he was already back then theorizing on how to integrate machines with humans.
Well, that's their overall plan is transhumanism. It's not even
Yeah, I think the
transgender.
chemtrails
It's
are part of that, right? Yeah,
yeah.
the
Well,
trans movement is like, so you'll cut off body parts. The transhuman, like, next phase will be so that you put more on.
yeah, and to make us cyborgs, human
Yeah.
cyborgs that merge with machines. And so the transgender thing is just a prelude to transhumanism, and that was the big push for the
And they've already
transgenderism.
got like scanning stuff that can like tell what you're dreaming about.
Yeah, I mean, there's bad AI
Right?
and there's a benevolent AI, and it's yeah, it's a very fragile ecosystem there that none of us really have enough information about. And I
So do you
understand some
think
of it is
Elon
essential.
is like trying to make a good AI for us to use? It seems like Grok is like outstripping a lot of them right now.
Well, yeah, Grok is had its faults. I don't know that there's an AI out there that we can apply to that's 100%. I mean, I just don't know, you know. And as far
Yeah.
as Elon, I think we're looking at an Elon 2.0, not the original Elon. That's my take on
Was
that.
he like replaced by white hats?
Yes, I believe so.
And then is he a robot or is he a clone or a hybrid? I love this
Probably an actor.
podcast. This is
I mean,
fun.
yeah, it could be. It could be. They're using a lot of actors, which is why Trump keeps saying, you know, that he keeps naming the central casting, central casting, central
Right.
casting. You
Okay.
can get on IMDb and you can see some of the players
That's right.
that are.
JD Vance is on IMDb.
Well, JD Danson, he did what was it the hillbilly elegy? You know, he wrote that. Yeah, you know, you watch hillbilly. That's JD
Hey,
Danson's movie.
to
You
lead
know,
America,
so.
you have to be able to make it into a movie production or people cannot understand what's going on.
Yeah, exactly. And JFK Jr., he loved acting. That was something that he absolutely loved and, you know, wanted to play all kinds of different roles. There's a lot of people out there that are doing a lot of different things.
Hmm.
And so it's, you know, yeah, acting is a huge component of this because this is a school. We are watching a movie, we're watching it play out, and they're giving us all of this, you know, on video because, you know, we were an internet, you know, generation and all our information comes through there. You know, no one's sitting around reading books anymore. I mean, I hate to say that because I love books, but you don't see
Yeah.
that these generations sitting down and reading books. They're all online. You know, they're
You know
wired.
what Tamra's up to? She did a little book reading corner at the library here on Maui. I really liked that. Seeing
Oh,
that. I
I
didn't
love
get to
it.
go, but
Yeah, we need to
yeah.
get back to that. I love that. You know, I mean, I grew up with
So,
books, my face of books, and I still do. I still have 5 or 6 books going at one time, and you know, you just can get information that I don't want to read everything online, and I don't want to read everything on my phone. It just fries my brain, you know, to have to look at that
Yeah.
print that way.
You
So
need
I
that
love a
digital
book.
detox. I think Mageso's
Yeah.
back.
Are you back, McGiss? Did you get on?
no, not on my computer, but I've been back for a while listening, enjoying the conversation.
The
Oh.
eagle has landed at least.
So what I was thinking was having the link sent to me on Messenger.
Okay, stand by. I can do that
And
with.
the other thing is Dan Scavino has got some movie producing background.
Uh huh. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yes. Yes. Yes,
So
indeed.
Dan Scavino produces a lot of these things that are going on, a lot of videos.
Yep.
Yeah, we may never know what, like, really happened and is happening now.
It's fascinating. It really is.
But I
It's
just thought about it, like if you're having internal strife in your big country and you don't want to be like Caesar getting stabbed by all these different people at once, then you have to appear strong when you are weak, appear weak when you are strong.
mm-hmm.
And a lot of people warring like with this cultural battle within the US, they don't understand at all the outside optics that all these politicians have to deal with, including President Trump. Like he has to face Russia and China, Iran, all those guys, and like every word that he says, everyone will hear on all sides. So
Mm-hmm.
like, and it's not like the Chinese where they could just say whatever they want to their people, and most Americans will never hear about that. But in America, you say something to your people, the whole world knows. So what was it
Yeah.
like a comedian saying like Obama would tell you that they will be there on Tuesday to go fight like in the Middle East and like tell them
Yeah.
exactly when and where they're gonna be? Like that's the
We're
dumbest thing
coming.
ever.
Yeah.
Okay, speaking of dumb, I now have Governor Josh's Green an excerpt from what he said about the military.
Mm.
Now you can interpret this any way you want. He says the original lease for the Pohakuloa training area was signed in 1964 for just $1, and it expires on 2029. Federal leaders want it renewed quickly, and and they've made it clear they could bring down the hammer through eminent domain, which
Oh,
would
that's
take
why
the
they got all
land,
those armed guards in the DLNR, or what? Sorry to interrupt.
which is why they would take the land without giving Hawaii anything in return.
Mm,
This is why I'm insisting on a better deal for the return of the lands like Makua Valley,
mm.
cleanup of the contaminated training areas, protection of our water, and a commitment to build thousands of new homes to relieve the pressure on our housing market. I'm pushing for lands that can be transferred to the Department of Hawaiian Homelands so we can finally give more Native Hawaiian families the opportunity of home ownership. And I want the military to invest in renewable energy and safer infrastructure to lower the cost for our people.
Yeah, we should have free energy over here. It's BS.
Yeah, exactly. So he's really saying, I guess, what people would want to hear, but dealing with the Department of Homelands, I'm not sure about that one. And
Yeah,
we're
they have
not,
their blood quantum set up like to intentionally disenfranchise
right.
people slowly over time, where they have no
And,
way to fight back, no one person to focus on to be like, you're doing this.
as Josh Green's own words, they're native Hawaiians, which they're not native Hawaiians.
Mm,
They're natural to the land. That's what's her name up in Anahola that made the deal with the United Nations, got a 20 something
mm,
$1 million grant
Oh,
to
Robin
promote
Danner?
Robin
Robin,
Dana to
Robin
make the
Danner, yeah.
Hawaiians, yeah, to make the Hawaiians like native tribes on the
mm,
mainland.
mm.
So, anyways,
I guess
that's
Lila
supposedly.
Okalani was too smart to fall for that.
Well, you have to remember back in those days, the women were not invited to the meetings, even though she was queen, because David Kalakaua was still there,
Hmm.
and that was the men's club. It wasn't a women's club. And I
Yeah,
don't want to
well,
get
now
into
we
that.
have
I don't want
Calais
to get into
telling her.
detail.
Oh, go ahead.
That's why I was going to ask Calais in her queendom, if you would, what flag are you going to fly?
Her queendom and her herstory.
What flag is going to be represented?
I saw a flag at her house one time on Oahu, like a few years ago, that showed like the archipelago itself,
Mhm.
and that, yeah, I don't know. It's I can't. I'm a designer, and I saw a really good TED talk actually on flag designs.
Right.
And
Because,
actually, a flag design is a really important thing, right?
of course, because the current flag that everyone looks at today in the kingdom, if you would, still has the British Jack on it, the
Mm,
Union Jack. So still allegiance to the crown.
right. And I guess the
Yes.
gold frill around the American one is like it's been captured by the British crown. Is that what that symbolizes?
Oh, let me give you a little education on that one. So when we say in the Declaration of Independence in the Constitution that our rights have been usurped and infringed upon,
Mm.
when we say infringed upon, infringe would mean no fringe.
Mm.
That we're not under maritime law.
Okay.
We're under the law of the land.
Right.
So using that term in your argument is very important to move jurisdiction to land court out of
Mm.
maritime court. I meant to share
That
that
our
with
rights are
Calais.
being infringed upon. And that's different than trespassing. Like infringement is to like to close like to box it in or to contain it, right?
Well, maritime law is 12 miles out at sea,
Mm.
not on the land. So these are ships in dry dock. So they're actually infringing upon land.
Mm.
There's no fringe on the land.
Right. So how would that be
Maritime and
different than like a trespass on the land?
all the trespass. I'm looking at trespass. That would, let's see. Well, trespass again deals with land. You just answered, it's trespass on the land. I walked onto your property as opposed to overtaking your property,
Or
right?
well, trespass on my rights too, like if you steal my sheep or you something like that, right?
Right, trespassing on your rights is a personal thing. It's living soul to living soul.
And an
That's
infringement would be okay.
that
An infringement would be like a government body
exactly.
doing it. Okay.
The government overtook the land. Trespassing is you went onto my land, an individual piece of property,
Mm.
as opposed to a group, because a group, again, is like a corporation or like a cult.
Mm.
Okay. We don't belong to groups per se. We're individuals. We're living souls that deal with other living souls. So if I'm a member of a group, I don't align with the group. I get kicked out of the group, right?
Right.
Because I got to follow chief mentality. I got to follow group mentality.
Oop, we got some kind of microphone crackling going on.
There's some crunching going on there.
I think Susie's eating carrots. Oh,
You
maybe
eat
we're in
potato
her
chips?
pocket.
Maybe we trespass.
Yeah, maybe we're trespassing in her pocket here. Let me try to
It's
remedy
gone now.
this.
What did I miss? What?
Are
We
you
were
with
hearing
us,
the
I
Susie?
know
sound.
there's definitely a. What's that?
We were
Were we
hearing a sound like you
trespassing
were
in your
eating
pocket?
potato chips.
What does it sound like?
You were eating potato chips.
No, I'm not eating anything.
No carrots?
There's a weird interference. Your voice had an echo for a while. It was echoing. It was real staticky.
Hmm.
So yeah, so we got an interference of some kind. No potato chips here.
Okay,
It's weird. I know.
no trespass. So yeah, that's the difference between infringe and trespass.
So you're actually doing more of this type of knowledge sharing on the Red America first? Red America first?
No, no, I mean,
Or
I'll make comments like any place, any forum. I do the hierarchy of law, but it's not set up for me to do it every week with them on their cast, if you would. I do
okay.
it occasionally, break it down, but I've been teaching this stuff online through social media. I don't know, it's got to be 7 years now.
Okay, this is very good. Where can people go to find you to get access to your education on the law? For the folks that are not aware, if you don't know how to use the law yourself, then you will be used by the law.
Yeah, but a lot of stuff, I'll post law on Facebook because that's where most of the asleep people are
Okay.
to help wake them up. Uh, I don't post it necessarily. I'll post little things on True Social and X, but most of those people are awake.
Oh, I
Uh,
should probably try to learn how to do Facebook simulcast next, huh?
that's why even Red
That would
America
drive
First is
people
on Facebook.
crazy.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, even Derek Johnson's on Facebook doing his continuity of government.
Yeah, and I guess they're less censorish now after Dana White hugged Zuckerberg, right? He
Yeah.
still tries some of it, but I think.
And part of that, on a side note, because I've been following a lot of the BJ Penn stuff,
Mm,
and I'd like to actually sit down with BJ Penn because there are similar stories to his
yeah.
that I'm familiar with, that I've been involved with.
Another friend who
And
knows his mom told me straight up and down that, like, that is not his mom. This other
no, I
dude
don't.
that lives on Big Island said the same thing.
I've talked to her once when he ran for governor here on Kauai when he came here.
Mm.
I spoke with her, and then I briefly saw her and spoke with her at the convention. And I don't think there's not a lot behind those eyes.
Yeah, I got weird vibes at the Meet the Candidates the day before the convention, as well as at the convention. I thought she brought that other lady just to, like, make loud noises and trouble.
Yeah,
That's how
yeah,
it felt to me. And she was kind of
yeah.
like the puppet master.
And she was right there with the symbolism at the end
Yeah, the
when the
Illuminati.
election, yeah, when the election was stolen.
Hmm. All right, Facebook. Dang it! Every time I open Facebook, I forget what I was thinking and doing, and then I want to just look and click at things. Oh yeah, I was trying to figure out how to live stream on there next. So
Yeah,
yeah, let's.
go to Messenger and give me the link on Messenger and see if that
Oh
works
yeah,
for
let's
me.
test it out. I did send it to you. Could
Oh,
you
you
check?
did? I'm gonna click on it now.
Okay, yeah. See if you're able to pop out and then back in, maybe.
Okay, so right now I got a main screen that has my name on it, and below it it says join meeting.
Hmm. Yeah, you might want to
So
pop
if I
out on
hit,
your phone first and then in with the
okay,
computer. Or
let
I guess is
let me
Calais
get,
out? You could probably jump in, but you might have feedback.
yeah. So if I hit join meeting,
Yeah, let's see. Fingers
which I
crossed.
just did,
Yep, four
there you
people
are.
in.
There you are.
Oh, we got the echo. 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 Sound check with Mageso check. Chickadee checkity. 1 2 1 2. Is he double muted?
No, I'm not muted anymore.
Okay, and we're getting better sound quality now.
And you got my video. So that's what I needed to do is come in from my computer directly
All
instead
right.
of putting it.
Yeah, it's working.
Works
Looking
fine. You
good.
sound better. The audio's better. The video's better, obviously. And
Yeah.
my I'm on Spectrum cable, so I get good internet connection.
So, how do people find you again for your social media education tidbits on learning the law?
I don't do an actual education thing on those mediums.
Oh,
I
I see.
I post law. So like when the subject came up about redistricting,
Okay.
I post a law on gerrymandering and
Mm.
what it really means. Or if we're talking about something, if treason's
Right.
in the,
So,
then I'll start educating people on treason.
so I think I
If they,
saw that on X. It was Megeso for mayor. Is that right?
yeah, I'm on X. I can't keep up with them all. That's the whole
Yeah.
problem.
MEGESO number 4.
No,
No,
FOR.
FOR.
Yeah,
MAYOR. And actually,
right.
I was thinking earlier, Calais was talking about adding stuff to this thread. We could just go on the X live stream and then post on the comments section there. So let me see if I can do that. I'm having trouble seeing it on my phone for some reason. Like a few of the streams don't look like they're working. I need to monitor that better. But yeah, as we do this, we'll build kind of a little team around it. Okay, I see the stream on X. Let's see, can I comment? Oh, it's not allowing me to comment. Am I
On
signed
X,
in as me?
on X, you can't comment on my site.
Um, well, I'm trying to comment on the live stream, the X live
On
stream
the live.
itself.
Oh, okay.
Let me see what I'm doing here. Yeah, I don't know if I can even see that I'm streaming. It might be acting funny.
Guys, I'm going to leave you to your technical expertise, and I've got to jump off
Yeah,
because I've got to do somewhere in a half an hour. So I
Okay,
just want to send
Susie.
you love and appreciation.
If you
right
knew
back at
Susie,
you.
you
Thank
know
you so
what I
much for
knew.
everything you do.
Oh, thank you for having us. We always enjoy this time, and there's always great things that come out. So love that.
Yes. Oh, maybe because I didn't post it on X.
You know, there's a song about Susie.
Oh no,
Who
here
can
we
sing
go.
it for us?
If
I'm
you
not going to
knew
get away clean, am
Susie
I?
like I knew Susie, oh, 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 what a girl.
Well,
On a hoe.
that's that's better than some of the songs I've heard.
That's all you get.
All right, I'll write on that till the end of the day. How's that?
Okay.
Watch
All
out, little
right, guys.
Susie.
Big aloha's to you.
Aloha.
Talk to you soon.
All right. Thank you so much, McGay. So I'm going to log off in a second as well. I think now it's finally posted to X now that I'm like signing off. But the
All right.
recording should show up there. Let's
As long as
see.
we're connected now on both forums, I'm good.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it'll
see,
all be dialed in sooner or later.
and I
And
do have a Rumble channel where people can look at actually 2 episodes of Hierarchy of Law,
mm,
dealing starting with the U.S. law I'm dealing with specifically, and
okay.
that channel is Megeso at Kauai First 1ST, or Megeso for mayor.
Okay.
And if it's not on there, then it's on Red America First.
And for the folks who have a hard time with that, just if you're following Maui Freedom TV on Instagram and X, you'll see that I'm tagging Megeso all the time. So you can follow the tag that way or just DM me and I will connect you with Megeso. We need more Megesos in the world. So this is the call to action. Learn this stuff along with me and my friends, please, so that we can take back our republic, take back our governance.
Yes, we're all in this together, and we were both overthrown. My country was overthrown in 1861, and the Lion Kingdom was overthrown in 1893.
Yeah, and on that one, I think that's a good place to stop, and we'll continue next week, 11:11. Once I get it all dialed in, then we can do a prime time slot. But I think Wednesdays 11:11 is the time right now.
Thanks, good. Aloha.
Aloha and a hui ho. Big mahalo, Megeso. See you
Hui
soon.
ho.
Aloha. Alrighty, everybody. That was Brave Talk, free browser, blockchain based, no sponsorship. Nobody's paying me to do any of this, but you see it, so I'm saying it. That's what I'm using. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. DM me, message me if you have links, if you have evidence, if you want to talk story, if you want to do an interview, if you want to join the team, if you want to tell me that I'm completely wrong and that I should leave, you can say that too. Welcome everyone to Connect, and thank you so much for caring enough to listen to any of this. Aloha.